It's the weekend and it's the big one as Forest will host Manchester United and Spurs are probably playing someone as well. Welcome to the preview. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are well and welcome to the Predictor stream. Looking forward to this one. I am feeling confident, man.
Yeah, so excited, man. This is like your freaking World Cup final this weekend, man. My God, man, getting carried away.
I forgot you had your World Cup final when you drew. Sorry, I mean beat Liverpool.
You'd probably trade in 3 wins for 1 win against Man. You probably trade in both the European Cup finals for 1 win against Man United, man. 30 years of pain. How many games in a row? It's just embarrassing, man. 4 wins last season, already a win under our belt this season, man. Why should I not be confident?
You confident?
I say, why should I not be confident? There is quite a few reasons why I shouldn't be confident.
Yeah, I was going to say, how long you got?
I'd say the main reason why I'm confident, I think, is Christopher Wood, man. I think he would break the fabric of time and space for Chris Wood to have another game like he did against Newcastle. So that's physically impossible to happen. So he's not going to turn into... And you with your old Woodinios, man. Picking up Wood like he's the next big thing, man. After the year he's had, man. The slaughter he's had from your tongue, man. Freaking unbelievable. 19 million. How many times do you bring up the fee for Wood? How crap he is. He's never going to do anything for Forest. And now it's Woodinho. Cristiano Ronaldo, man. Whatever you want to call him. That's embarrassing.
Nuno, man. It's Pep Nuno. It's Nuno Klopp, man. That's what it is, man. If he can make a piece of deadwood into firewood, yeah. Imagine what he's... And that's 3 training sessions. Imagine what he's going to be like after 5, let alone 10, let alone 20.
I was shocked, man. I didn't even know he could dribble with the ball. I didn't think that was physically in his repertoire, man. But to do what he did against Newcastle, pump kick around the keeper, little dinks with his wrong foot. I don't know where that came from, but that's not happening again, man. Like I said, it's physically impossible for him to have that good a game again. So he ain't scoring 3, that's for sure.
You just I can't. You know what? I didn't want him to score tomorrow. I didn't even predict him to score tomorrow. But if he gets a goal against your lot, you are just never, ever Jericho style gonna hear the end of it, man. Ever.
On the flip side, man, Højlund, man. Højlund now has broken the duck. Forlan style, the floodgates will open, and I would love it, mate. I would Kevin Keegan love it, mate, if freaking Højlund scored a hat-trick against you tomorrow. Because that was rub it in the face of you saying he's...
When Forlan scored, he went on and broke all kinds of records, didn't he?
He scored plenty of goals elsewhere, man. Trust he was a top-quality striker.
Elsewhere. He was better when he went to Spain than he was at Man U, man.
Yeah, but it's still a quality player, man. He just needed that 1 goal, and he did score plenty of key goals after that, to be fair.
Very seriously, you think Højlund's better than Chris Wood?
I mean, that's a given, man. We've had this discussion last week, and Mo agreed with me that he would take freaking Højlund over Awoni. So if you're saying Awoni's better than Wood...
I'm not even bringing Taiwo into this. I'm bringing Wood into this. Who's better?
We had the argument about Højlund versus Awoni. Do you rate Awoni more than Wood, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no need to have the same discussion that we had last week because Højlund is
literally nothing to do with it.
That's
like saying, oh, if you rate Ronaldo better than Messi, then you can't then rate Messi against the player you were rating someone else against. How's that?
You're asking a question whether I rate Højlund better than Wood, and we had the discussion. I rated Højlund better than Awoni. You're saying Awoni's better than Wood.
Højlund got?
Huh?
How many goals has Højlund got?
There we go. He's broken the duck, man. That's the key thing for this, man. Trust. He's about to step up now. About to step up. I can definitely see him scoring at least 1 tomorrow, man.
What about Alanga, man? What about that?
Alanga and Rashford are just the same, man. They're friends in real life. Alanga's shaped his whole career around Rashford. They play the same way. They run into cul-de-sacs. They've got no end product. They freaking hit shots against shins all the time. They never make the right pass at the right time. Alanga is a poor man's Rashford, man.
Really? Who's better?
I mean, this season, you got to give it to Alanga, but overall, career-wise, it's obviously Rashford.
I'm talking right here, right now. Who would you fear more? All right, let me ask you this, actually. Would you take Elanga back right now?
Would I take Elanga back right now? I wouldn't put him in ahead of Garnacho.
He hesitated. He answered the question by hesitating. Yeah. It's fine.
He'd swap him for Rashford. He would swap him for Rashford right now.
This season, I'd have to give you that because Rashford's been terrible, although he did have a decent game against Villa, so hopefully that's a turnaround. But look, Elanga's not the be-all and end-all, man. You've seen what he's like, and he's not consistent, and you've got to agree he is a Rashford 2.0.
No, I'd say Rashford is an Elanga 2.0.
Doesn't really make sense since Rashford's been around longer. V1, man.
V1. I'm just saying, man, I've just got a good feeling about this one. I'm so glad that you turned it around against Villa. All these United fans celebrating. I mean, if Liverpool was your Champions League, Villa was your FA Cup final, and now.
Okay, so I can just flip that and say all these Forest fans getting excited about one win over a Newcastle team that haven't been able to change their
St. James's. How did you do St. James's? How did you do?
Oh, you want to play the kid argument? How did you do? How did you do at Fulham? Because we won at Fulham.
I don't know about Man.
How did you do at Fulham?
You literally were the one who just brought Newcastle up. So I asked you the simple question of how
you went down the kid angle saying, "Oh, my team beat your team. My team beat this team, so my team is better than your team."
Well, you do that with draws, man. I'm talking about wins here.
I'm just thinking, you saying Man U fans are getting overconfident after one win. You're getting overconfident after one win, mate. Come on. If you lose tomorrow and a few teams win around you, you're back in the relegation zone. You probably Nuno out. So just pipe down for now. Pipe down.
Impossible. And let's not let Mo off the hook here, right? Let's not let Mo off the hook. Where's this message that caught my eye from Lee? Hey Mo, how's that 45 million for Jono feel now?
What do you mean? Did you not watch the Newcastle game? Watch his assists there?
He's been getting cursed down by the Spurs fan on Twitter yesterday, man.
What did he do so bad in that game? I'm not 100%.
Sure. I don't understand. He played well. Well, he got screwed against Forest, obviously, but played well against Newcastle. Got a couple of assists. I don't really see a problem. He's got pace down the wing. Crossing the balls in well, having a couple of shots. Still early days, man. I'm quite happy with him so far.
Missing open goals.
Yeah, he should have scored one, but I mean, that'll come with time.
That will come.
I think Johnson's value is right now.
Johnson, 46 million. 46 million.
Chat, how much is Jono worth now? What do you think? I'd say 25 to 30.
My God, that's a downgrade.
No, I'd say that's how much he was worth in the first place.
Look, he looked like a superstar in a crappy Forest team, and he just looks, average-ish in a Spurs team. That's just because he's surrounded by other world-class players. So that doesn't mean he's bad. It just means that he's in a bigger and better team now, and he's just got to step up a bit more. But he's been doing pretty well, man. I'm quite happy with him. We needed someone with pace down the wing. It suits Andrew's style. He's getting crosses in, he's getting assists. The goals will come as well. I'm quite confident they'll come.
Wait, so if Spurs a superstar team, what does that make Brighton, man? Does that make them Brighton Munich or something?
Oh, it depends if you want to talk about Spurs' second string team because we're just so hit by so many injuries at the moment. Like we would be winning the league, as I said, over the last month or so, we'd be up there in the title race if we weren't so unlucky with all these injuries. Ridiculous amount of injuries. I don't know what you want me to say, man. It's just like that's it. We've lost out this season because of injuries. So there's nothing to do about it. Perisic has been out the whole season. We find out 2 days ago that Romero is out again, while Van de Ven, who's our other centre back, is out already with a hamstring injury. Romero's got another hamstring injury. Bentancur comes back, gets injured straight away. Maddison, who's our main midfielder that supplies all the assists to Son. Like, what do you want us to do? I think we've been doing really well given the circumstances.
I hear he's going on holiday, taking some pictures out in the Far East.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got the African Cup, the Asian Cup, we've got Son leaving, we've got Basuma, Sarr. I mean, what do you want Ange to do? I mean, Levy's going to have to, I don't think he will, but he needs to be buying in the winter. So if he wants the chance to stay in this top four, I mean, it's just really frustrating, man. I really think, because this season just seems to be a season of who's the least worst when it comes to the top. I feel like Liverpool are going to win the league by being the least worst right now.
Did you
I
just
agree with
say if he wants to stay in the top 4?
Yeah. What?
How does that work?
How do you mean?
Well, to stay in the top 4 would imply you're in the top 4.
You know what I mean, man. To stay in the top 4 race, whatever.
I'm just checking.
You're not turning our hands then. So you're blaming it all on the injuries. Nothing on maybe should set up a different way if he's not got his
Sounded like
key
Cooper
players in.
Cousins,
Maybe you shouldn't play such a high line. Maybe you should
I think-
set up different Brighton team that you know is going to play a certain way. I don't know. Nothing.
No, I just think we've been unlucky, man. I mean, even the games that we've been losing, we've been playing really well. I mean, Brighton, yes, first half yesterday was just a bit of a joke. That was an anomaly, but the other games, I think we've been playing pretty well and getting unlucky. We've getting the first goal most of the time, but just not being clinical enough to get the second a lot of the time. That's the only reasons we lost. Turned it around for a couple of weeks, a few weeks ago, but yeah, these injuries have taken its toll, man. It's not only Spurs. I mean, even I know Newcastle having them. To be honest, even Brighton had a number of injuries. Matoma was out, but listen, man, we've been absolutely gutted of most of our first team. So I think we're doing well given the circumstances. Season's still over though, hence my name. But I'd absolutely take a top 4 at this point.
Well, this top 4 race is getting annoying now, man. Everyone wants in on it, man. Villa's hanging around like a bad smell. Freaking West Ham are suddenly in the equation now. You put Brighton back in the game with that win last night for them. There's just too many teams, man. I prefer the old days.
Nick. No one wants it. That's what it feels like. No one wants it.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's a battle of who's the least crappiest, man, at the moment. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be tough. We need that 5th spot open up, man. Hopefully that 5th spot opens up. I'm not sure it's going to happen.
You messed it up, so
we contributed. Newcastle, and they get the final nail in the coffin. So we'll see.
I don't know. You know what? I'm just looking at the table now, right? Forest 17 points, Man U 31. On Saturday night, that gap will go from 14 points down to 11. Why are you like constantly going pitch black, man? You're not paying.
Change the screen.
I'm just saying. I can see Man U doing a Spurs of last season, dropping like a goddamn stone, dropping like a log out of an asshole, man. I can see Forest catching Man U, maybe even Spurs.
God, man, you
all depends on this weekend. All depends on if we beat you, when we beat you.
Well, didn't you predict if you beat us? Oh no, didn't you already predict this is going to happen? That you're going to beat us? You're going to beat Arsenal, was it? And Brentford?
No, Brentford and draw with Arsenal.
Oh, sorry, you're going to get a draw against Arsenal. Win against Brentford, though. Okay, so 7 points.
What did I say for Newcastle Forest? Remind me.
Oh my God, you're holding this 3-1 claim up like it's the best thing you've ever done, man. Why have you not got this line in the Predictor League if you can do this every week, man? 1 week wonder for you.
I just know Nuno now, man. I know Nuno and I know what he's going to do.
All right, well, let's have a look at the weekly table, see how you did with that 3-1.
I don't really want to because I'm hoping he's not in the chat.
It's a good segue in there, Twist, man.
That's quite nice, yeah. All right, well, do we go by the round? I don't. He's just so annoying. Okay, here we go.
I was quite happy to see Ant is not first by 0.5. Man, that just made me smile a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
He was first. He was.
No. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
True. See,
he was never first. He was never first. No screenshots.
Oh, he screenshotted it left, right, and center. But
is it?
It's like screenshotting. It's like celebrating a win at halftime. That's what he did, man. The rounds hadn't finished. He put it on Twitter and everything. Oh, I'm top. Look at me. Look at me. I'm top. Yeah. And then bang, down he goes. But anyway, big shout out to Third High, who finished top officially of last week with 14 points. Brassy 12.5, Atomic and Ricks. Pirate Sea Dog with 12 and Sydney with 11.5. Oh my God, Nick, you've made a little appearance.
I'm making a move, mate. Top 15. Look at that crown on the left-hand side. The champ is coming.
I did better than Ant. After all this big man talk, I did better than him, man.
You did the same. What are you talking about?
No, I got an extra slam point thing. So there we go. I don't even know what those slam points are. All right, let's have a look at the actual overall table. Shout out to Davey, who's in top dog position. And then third place is Richard, who's down 1 place. And Crocodiles down into 4th. Sherwood up 1. Desiree Bid is up 3 places. DJ is up to 7th, or stays 7th. Forever Forest down 3. Shanghai Noon down 1 into 9th. And then Davy Boy Smith sneaks in and holds on to the top 10 spot. And there's Twist with a bit of a move, up 6 places to 15th, slowly crawling back in. And me and Mo are, I think we're kind of holding hands. There we are. You're down 4 into 43rd. I'm up 4 into 45th. I am starting the move now. The hustle has begun, ladies and gents. Esther is saying he did great this week. Did you, Esther? I can't see you there. I don't see a good week. How many points did you get? Oh, I just pressed the wrong button. And let's move it on into what we are here for. And that is the predictions. And we got a relegation 6-pointer to kick us off with. Shout out to Charlie from Blue Brothers TV. Luton against Chelsea. What are we saying to Chelsea? I am sick of trying to predict Chelsea, man. Even though
I don't know, man. This is the first week that I've ever got their score as an exact. Can't believe it.
I went 2-0 and they couldn't keep a clean sheet.
I mean, usually when I go Chelsea, it's the opposite way. So I was chuffed, man, with their victory. Usually I'd be annoyed if Chelsea win because in the reality, in the table, I don't want them to catch us, but I'm not really bothered about them anymore. Into a mid-table struggle for them. Luton,
Kent Road.
I've got Chelsea's results, the last 2 Chelsea results right, man. So I'm on a roll here with Chelsea. Obviously, I got the right one against Wolves, and then I got the right one against their last game. I was at Palace. So this one, I don't know about, though, man. Luton, it's just, man, Forest point of view, you need the Chelsea to win here, man. He was staring down relegation there.
Caroline, Chelsea.
I don't know. What are they going to do here? Chelsea
now,
again.
What are you thinking on this one? I don't know. I hate predicting Chelsea. This is at Doug Kenilworth Road. They've won back to back. Who have they beaten, man? Who are the 2 teams they beat? Newcastle and Sheffield United. I mean, Sheffield United doesn't count because that's free 6 points for everyone this season.
I just think an Nkunku factor might factor in this one, man. He's back starting now. They're going to have, what's his name? Palmer's back from suspension. Sterling's back. So they have a pretty decent attacking looking team. Barring freaking Miss Jackson. You just don't know with Luton, man. It's just these games are always tight when they're at Kenilworth Road. So tempted to go for something like a draw, like a 1-1 or something. And they ended up scoring 3 goals last time out, although 2 of them were own goals, so you can't really count them that much. But I'm going to go for a draw, man.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you saying, man?
I was going to say that as well. I'm going to go, I think, for a 1-1 draw. Reason being, I mean, yeah, you can see their wins. They have been playing well, but even their losses, man. If you look at their losses, friggin', who was it? Arsenal? Yeah, Arsenal, Man City. Man City, where they scored as well, and they were like in the game. Like, they were playing well. Chelsea, I feel like they get their win and then they're off for another week. They get their win and they're off for another week. So I feel like this will just be an in-betweeners. Gonna go with a draw 1-1.
They've only won their last 2 games of their wins. Now they drew with Liverpool. Let's not talk about the other draw. That was away. We're not talking about it.
Okay, man, they drew with all the big boys, man.
Away. Yeah.
Wait, if Luton win, yeah, because Forest play Man U later on, you would literally be behind what?
Everton.
Yeah, but Luton would go ahead of you, no?
Yeah, but that's Cooper's fault.
My God, man, that needs to screenshot if that happens. Being below Luton Town in the Premier
League. The thing is,
League.
Nick, that your boy Gary McNeil is playing Everton, so that's
it's a toughie. I'll come to that one.
But... Actually, that's got nothing to do with it. Move on. I was going to say that Everton are going to lose.
Yeah, and so I was just looking at this thinking, no, you've got this wrong. But he is right, because the last time we beat you was at Old Crapford. Last time we beat you at home was in 1992. I mean, us 3 weren't even born.
Embarrassing, man. That is embarrassing. My God.
No, no, you're looking at it wrong. It will be another Ten Hag record broken.
He's a record breaker, man. He's knocking them out left, right, and centre.
There you go.
Anyway, manager 50 wins.
Back onto this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go.
Come on,
Chelsea.
man. Just choose me.
I'm just gonna go Chelsea because the idea of Luton being ahead of us will just make me more angry at Cooper. It really will. Anyway, the battle
Claret
of
and blue.
they're at home. They drew a Sheffield United, didn't they? I mean, how do you not get your free win?
I know. We were here like last week saying this is the absolute banker. Oh, they're gonna smack Sheffield United, blah blah blah. End up drawing in the last minute. I mean, are they losing it? Are they losing the plot? What do you reckon, Twist? Did they perform? I mean, in that first half, were they dominating you or what?
Not really. To be honest, at half-time, I was still pretty confident we was going to get back into that game, man. I mean, Villa are obviously a different entity away from home, but I don't know with Burnley, man. I don't really know enough about them to think they can go there and get a win. I think our Villa will bounce back now, man. This is their bounce-back win. Couple of games without a win. Home rule is pretty key, even though it didn't work against Sheffield United. I think you got to go Villa win here, surely.
I think you summed it up there, man, with the home rule. Like their record at home is just very strong.
What are you thinking? 3-1?
I've done 3-0, you know.
I'm going to go 2-0.
I'm going with Joe Lolly, man. I'm not going to argue Joe Lolly. I'm going 3-1. I'm going 3-1. All right. This, I am telling you now.
Oh, my God.
Flip me. These two are in a relegation battle. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
He's not getting any stick there. He won't get any stick.
Man, when is that Danish bacon going to be criticized, man? Seriously. What's the rule against him being criticized? 1 win in 9 and the rest are all L's. It's not like he's
against Luton as well.
He's unsackable, man. He's in the unsackable club. They just don't. No one mentions his name when they're in trouble. It's just, he's done such a great job for him, though. So he gets a free pass, basically. I agree with you on the Brentford side. I feel like Brentford could get dragged into this, depending on what they do with Bet365 Tony. If he goes and they don't replace him and they're going to stick with Mopay for the rest of the season, then I can see him being in trouble. Palace, I feel they've just got too many good players, I feel, in Eze and Elise, that even if they sack the manager or keep the manager, I think like they'll be fine relegation.
You're missing the X factor.
You're talking about the Cooper factor.
The C factor, man.
The C factor. But
there's so many rumors today about him going to Palace.
Yeah, but who wants him more, man? Palace or Birmingham, man?
Yeah. He's the talk at the moment is that what's the chairman called? Steve Parish. He wants to do it, but he felt under more pressure to do it because it looked like West Ham were going to get rid of Moyes a couple of weeks ago. But now that Moyes is suddenly Pep Moyes, then
it's hard to sack Roy as well, man. It really is hard to sack Roy. It's like putting a dog down when he's at the old age, man. It's really hard to just pull the trigger and sack him, man. He's got to like kind of just step away himself, man, at this point.
Do you reckon he's just waiting for him to either friggin' die or just go on a lost streak, man? It's like, which one's going to come first, man?
I don't know, man. But for this game, I'm going to go... Look, you could both say they're both on a duet rule, man. Look at the L's and B's from Palace. 1 win for Brentford in the last 7.
Who did they beat? Luton. I mean, that doesn't even count.
They look pretty decent at points against Chelsea, though, Palace. They always do. Every time I watch them, I always think they play some decent football, but I'm going to give it to the home team, man. I'm going to finally Palace will get a win here, I think.
So Brentford are on 19 points, Palace are 18, and Forest are on 17, soon to be 20. How far off Luton are they? They are where are we? 4 points clear of Luton. I don't know. I think Palace win this, and Brentford are in trouble.
You sound like you really want Brentford
to lose it, so that Cooper goes there and relegates them.
Who would you want relegated more out of these two?
Who's in charge?
Cooper's in charge.
The Palace. If Cooper goes Palace, I want Palace gone. But there's 5 teams I want to get relegated. I don't know how you relegate 5 from 3. Palace, depending. If they get Cooper, then Palace go into that equation. Sheffield United, obviously number 1. Brentford, obviously Man U, but I can't see it happening. I don't know about Luton. I kind of want to save Luton for next season.
Come on, man. Just on the ground rule. We had it last year with
But Luton's coming up, man. Leicester coming up. Looks like Southampton. Shout out, sorry, Mike. Looks like they've turned it round.
Yeah, but if we're talking about Premier League credibility, they've got way more credibility than Luton or Sheffield United, man. So
but you want to keep a crapper in there, is what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, but we've had this discussion before about who deserves to be, who you want in the Premier League. Not necessarily who you think you're going to get the best results against. Who's Premier League level, man, and Luton are not it. So they're top of my list for getting relegated.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want 6 points?
I know what you're saying, but I can see us going to Luton and losing. So we always lose to one of these random crappers. So.
Chat, who are the 3 you want to go down? Not necessarily will go down. Obviously, Man U's a given, so you don't need to put that. But who would you see? And this is the other funny bit. Cooper would not do a job at Birmingham whatsoever. Cooper needs a good owner and a decent squad, which Birmingham don't have. Because he is linked to going to Birmingham. It's either Birmingham or Palace. Where are you going here, Mo? Home or away?
Wait, can I answer the 3 relegation teams?
Yeah, go on.
I want Everton to go because they just generally annoy me. They've been floating for so long and then get lucky. And then Chelsea, like them to go.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't really. The third one I don't really care about, man. Whoever. Brentford, because they're just so boring. And then Tony can come to Spurs. That'd be good.
Can we all agree that Brighton going down would be really funny? I know they're not going to, but it would be funny.
What's your beef with Brighton, man?
I hate them.
What is this thing with Brighton? They're a good team, man. Just chill.
They're not a proper football team.
Listen, man, I'm getting vibes of a lot of jealousy here. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if Forest played anything like Brighton, this stream would be going mental, man. So... No. I think we cracked that puzzle.
Do you guys agree with Mark? I think Everton, after all their freaking chest and erections that they've had over the last 4 weeks, screwed the Premier League and all this.
Yeah,
they kind of spunk their load a bit, man. I think
it would be funny. It would be funny. Them going into that new stadium next year in the Championship.
It's harsh, man. It'd be hard. It would be funny. I'll do it for the funny fact of it. In terms of deserving to go down, I don't think they deserve when you lose 10 points.
Well, yeah, you do deserve it because you broke the rules.
Okay, in terms of play, I'm talking about the players.
They survive on points, but then they get that bonus point deduction for administration, man.
That'd be hilarious, man. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go Palace. This is going to be some Dallas 1-0 game. All right, let's move on.
Banker of the week.
I went 2-1 Palace, by the way.
Banker. You went 2-1 Palace. All right.
Absolute banker.
Is this cricket?
That's what we said about Villa, though, man.
Nah, but Sheffield United are a free win, man.
That's what we said about Villa.
Yeah, but even Cooper beat them, so this is a free win.
Oh, did Cooper beat them? Well, I'm going. This is a banker then.
Yes, last minute, hero Cristiano Wadinho scoring to save our blushes.
Wait a minute, isn't De Bruyne back?
Yeah.
So 4-0.
Where's Haaland?
He got injured before they went out to South America, wherever that thing was, but I don't think he'd be out for too long. I mean, is this the point? Is this where Man City kick into 5th gear, man? They get.
I need them to, man. I need them to so badly. I don't want Liverpool winning the league or Arsenal.
Yeah, do not want Liverpool or Arsenal win the league. I'd rather Man City do it because everything they win is just discredited once these charges come through. That's a different story.
But Twist, would you prefer Liverpool? Would you prefer Liverpool, Arsenal, or Villa?
Out of them 3 to win the league.
No. So you got the options: so Liverpool and Arsenal, or Villa.
What, to win the league?
Yeah.
Why have you paired those 2 together?
Yeah, I don't know. What's the pairing there?
You'll understand afterwards.
I tell you, the order I'd prefer them to win would be Villa, Arsenal, or Liverpool.
Really? So you'd actually take Villa? See, I would not, man. I don't want a new person winning the league. I don't want any new.
Leicester, man. It would just be a Leicester.
Do you think?
They've got more potential to turn into a big boy than Leicester have, but I feel like it would.
That's the thing, and they've been floating in the top 10 for a decent amount of years.
They were in a relegation fight last year.
Yeah, well, I see what you're saying. They're always there. They're always mid-table-ish.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Championship 3 years ago, man.
I'm talking Leicester were always down and out pretty much, and then suddenly they win the league. I'm talking about
Compared to
Villa.
Compared to Leicester, Villa are a much bigger club, and they've got more options to spend more money. So I can see what you're saying. They could build on a title victory, but
Yeah.
I don't want to ask
you this, Mo. Let me ask you this, right? Who's got more chance of winning the league, Villa or Spurs?
Oh, definitely Villa. I mean, anyone's got a better chance than Spurs with all these unlucky injuries that we've got. I mean, what can you do about that? Lady luck, man.
Villa got bigger injuries than you do, yeah?
I doubt that very much, man. I doubt that very much. I doubt they've got as many Asian and African players as us as well.
I bet we've got more.
I don't care about Forest. Yeah,
No,
they're not going to be challenging us for the top 4.
They never will. I would take this through. Now I'd take Man U, Bournemouth. I think who said about Bournemouth because they're our bogey team.
Why
Yeah,
would you want Man U to go down, man? There's the 2 fixtures you look at the start of the season. Like it says, you have 2 World Cup finals, man. You're gonna take that away from yourself. The excitement you've got right now.
Final. How they
giddy excitement you've got now the night before the game where you're so confident you're gonna beat Man U and you'd love it if you beat us, man. You take that away from yourself and get us relegated. We really do that.
Oh yeah, I'd give up quite a lot to see you relegated. I would like to know overnight how small your fan base would go down to if you got relegated.
Well, our fan base is pretty much.
Would you switch to Man City?
We've done nothing in 10 years, and our fan base we're still the biggest club in the country, if not the world. So your argument is pretty poor there.
I don't know, man, but just what's that word? What's that word? When you've got an example and from real life, I forget. Anecdotally, whenever I talk to anyone in my generation, it's like, do you follow football then? I used to. I was a Man U fan, but not so much anymore. That's the classic conversation I have, man, all the time. It's happened to me so many times, man. So it'll be like, by name, they're Man U fans, but whether or not they actually are Man U fans is a different story.
That's fine. I don't care if you lose all the ones that say that, man. They're not the real fans. The one that stick through this 10 years of pain is freaking the true fans.
10 years ago. Nick, if Man U got relegated, would you support Liverpool or Man City?
No, I still support Man U.
Really?
Yeah.
What if they went down to like the 2nd division?
What, League 2?
League 1.
League 1.
League 1. Okay, League 2 I might change, but League 1, yeah, I'll stick to them for League 1.
I respect it.
Home club Scunthorpe, man. Can you imagine Man U versus Scunthorpe?
They're not even in the league.
Anyway, banker, we all agree on it. The cricket score.
Yeah, not cricket.
I'm thinking 3.
I'm thinking 3 as well. 3-0. We're not going to score.
Crypto saying you'd support Man City. I could see him supporting Man City. Probably no. I reckon if they got ready, I reckon Twist would support Forest. He's also had a little soft spot for Forest.
Nah. Why would I support
Shut
Forest?
up, man.
Obviously, I want them to win if they're not playing Man U, but I wouldn't. My second team would probably sound like a Middlesbrough thing. That's probably where I'd go.
I reckon you go Wolves, man. Gary O'Neill.
What am I thinking, man? I just follow him around. I do a Cooper Cult and just follow Gary O'Neill around his whole career.
And speaking of Gary O'Neill,
all right, segue.
A little segue, man.
Is that actually them? All right. Wolves, Everton.
Listen, man, can I just get my bit out of the way? I've doubted Twist enough times on this Gary O'Neill thing. He keeps banging on about it. He's always right about it. I'm just going for a Wolves win. I don't care. Everton on a losing streak. Wolves are at home. Easy win. This is the banker of the weekend for me. This is the banker.
Really?
I always doubt Gary McNeil, but it's not happening anymore, man.
The PE teacher. Just made this.
He's not the PE teacher, man. He's the head of PE at this school, okay? Yeah. Not a normal PE teacher.
Exactly.
Mr. Axford. Were you too young for Mr. Axford?
Yeah, he was terrifying, man.
He was the harshest PE teacher. Was he still around when you were?
Yeah.
Man, he was evil. Anyway. I
appreciate that. I appreciate that giving credit to Gary O'Neill, man. Charlie Wolverine.
No, giving credit to you.
Thank you. I want to see some more credit put on his name, man. Gazza O'Neill, absolute legend of the game.
More respect on the name.
They're 11th in the league on 25 points. So they've already been shafted by VAR for about 7 points. So in reality, they would actually be above Man U in the table. They would be on 32 points if they hadn't been shafted this season. My boy Gazza O'Neill, absolute legend. And you've got to start putting some credit on his name.
No, I won't. He's a PE teacher. He is.
What do you think?
Most Wolves fans, I don't know if any of the Wolves lot from our channel are in here. Most of them would either secretly or publicly admit that today they would swap the PE teacher for Dr. Nuno. By the way, fun fact for you guys, he is a doctor. He has an honorary degree. They would. So that tells you all you need to know about the PE teacher. He is not. I will make this prediction. Gary O'Neill will be short term at Wolves. He'll be gone by October next year.
He's not appreciated in his own time. Man. 10, 20 years from now, people will do freaking dissertations on Gary O'Neill, man. That's how much I rate him, man. I'm telling you, Gary O'Neill is a virgin as well. I'm telling you, he just looks the type, man. He just looks the type. Look, he didn't get any credit at Bournemouth, man, for keeping them up after he came in after they got demolished 9-0 at Liverpool. He came in and steadied the ship, and then they just canned him off. Fair enough, they're doing pretty well this season. But that was his first managerial job, and then he's gone straight into Wolves and done a job there. There's nothing to actually discredit this guy right now, other than the fact that you call him a PE teacher, because he don't wear a suit.
Do you know what, right?
Chris,
I didn't even tell Dave that I called him a PE teacher. And he said to me, there's segments of the Wolves fan base that call him a PE teacher. So it's blatantly obvious. And I don't know many.
Call him whatever you want, man. He's the best damn PE teacher around. So he's doing it.
Twist, just to add to your point. So compared to this time last season, Wolves have got 8 more points than they did. So
they were part of the league.
And wait, who was the manager at Wolves last season? Wasn't it your golden boy that you wanted at Forest, Lopetegui?
No. Lopetegui came in at Christmas.
What time of year is it?
Yeah, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna credit Lopetegui with the position he inherited. That'd be
man. He improved Bournemouth, kept him in the league, and he's improved Wolves. So look, that's all I've got to say about Gazza, man. Legend.
All right, well, I'm gonna go only because I want Everton not to win. I'm gonna go 1-0 Wolves.
To be honest, after saying all that, I'm not even backing Wolves.
Again, Everton.
I don't think Wolves are the team that win through on the bounce, and I feel like Everton are better away from home, so I might go for an Everton win.
What the hell, man? You just screwed me into all this big talk.
Suckered you in, man.
I've already locked it in.
I'm going 2-1 Everton.
Great. Seriously.
I don't think they'll win 3-0.
I suppose PE teachers also have Christmas off, so maybe it's just on holiday mode.
All right, let's get to the big one. The game of the weekend. The best of the weekend. This is the one. Mo, as the neutral, Mo, you kick us off on this one. Kick us off.
As a neutral, this is just any other match, man. Boring. Now, I'm joking. To be honest, hey, man, Nuno. We had a conversation about Nuno before. I told you you got to give him a chance. He's come in. He's done a damn good job so far, even I'll admit. At the Bournemouth game, I'm just going to say it right now, man. That was the worst VAR. Well, it wasn't even VAR, was it? It was just an excuse. That was the worst sending off I've seen in the VAR era. I'm just going to put it out there. That was just absolutely. I'm just being neutral here. That was absolutely criminal, man. I cannot believe he got sent off for a perfectly good challenge. I do not like this hiding behind, it's a yellow card thing. Just change the rule. If it's going to lead to a red card, just change the rule. It can't be that difficult to do. Absolutely ridiculous, man. And then I'm pretty sure he should have had a penalty as well. This whole thing, it looked like it was his whole body was behind the line. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me. They didn't give a penalty for that. So Nuno, with 10 men, pretty much should have beat Bournemouth. And then you go on to beat Newcastle as well. I mean, whether or not that was Nuno or freaking Messi Wood, man, that dink was ridiculous. That was actually ridiculous, man. Like a little delicate dink, man. It's my favorite kind of goals, though. But yeah, I mean, and I'm liking Elanga is like he's stepping up. I like the whole setup. Even when I saw it on paper with Hudson-Odoi and Elanga. Elanga's like just a bit annoying to watch, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's like you feel like he could be really good. He just needs to see those passes more often. But at least he may have learnt his lesson with that absolute open goal that he should have given Wood before. But anyway, I think Forest have been playing pretty good under Nuno. And Man U, for me, are just so boring, man. I don't know. It's just nothing really exciting about them. All of their players are a bit boring to watch. It's nearly like Højlund scored a goal as if he won like the World Cup. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, but obviously they are higher in the league than you. They've got more points, so they're obviously doing something better than you. But I'm kind of tempted by the Forest one here. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
You're at home as well. I don't know. I just find I know Man U came back the other day, but it's like you said. Like every time they do that, they think they've won the league. So I just go Forest. I don't know. Someone has to convince me, man. Maybe it'll be you.
Go on, Nick. As the delusional one here, I'll let you go first.
Delusional. I'll start off by giving Nuno credit. I think he's come in and actually shocked us all, even the Forest fans. I think everyone thought he was going to come in and play a bit more defensive. He's going to start with the back three, going to play a 3-4. No one really expected, even you have to admit, I don't think you had expected him to play the formation and style that he did, especially against Bournemouth. Even when you went down to 10 men. I mean, at some points he was playing, I swear he was playing like 4-1-4 at some point. Even when he was down to 10 men, there was only one goal in it. So I'm not tagged him with that kind of all-out attacking football. And against Newcastle, again, you played a bit more solid and played for the counter-attack. But every time you went forward, you had numerous men, numerous options, and you looked a threat every time you went forward. And you looked pretty, barring the first 20, 25 minutes where you looked a little bit shaky and there's a lot of pressure on you, you looked pretty good, solidly wise. So obviously there's things that worry me. Woodinho, the thing that pissed me off the most about Wood scoring a hat-trick is he didn't celebrate, man. And this is a bee in my bonnet for me. I hate when people don't celebrate, especially against a team that you played for before and done nothing for. He's played, 30 games, maybe scored a few goals, and he thinks he's that much of a big Joe that the fans are really... Wait,
he's got like 4 or 5 goals for them.
I hate when people do this. I hate when freaking they don't celebrate. There was another example of it last night. The freaking Greek defender for West Ham scored against Arsenal. He'd been at Arsenal and played a total of 7 games. And he thought that Arsenal fans deserve that much respect, that they cared that much, that he's, I'm not going to celebrate. I'm not going to celebrate. Just like Wood did at the weekend. He scored a hat-trick. He's never going to score another hat-trick in the Premier League again. Definitely not that good anyway. And he didn't celebrate. I think it's embarrassing. I think their ego is out of control, that they think that people actually care if they celebrate or they don't celebrate.
Richarlison scored against Everton the other day. He gave a little fist pump and then he remembered, I used to play for Everton. Do you reckon in the chat there, do you reckon Elanga will celebrate when he scores?
Exactly where I was roping him into. He's roping himself into that. If Elanga celebrates and scores the winner and celebrates, goes
I don't care.
Right
I don't care if he celebrates.
And shushes them, and shushes those
No. I want
shushing from
Adebayor, man. I want Adebayor. I want running all the way down the pitch, celebrating in front of the Arsenal fans, man. That's what I prefer, even if it's against us. Just celebrate. You scored a goal, for God's sake. You can't celebrate goals these days because of VAR anyway, because you never know if he has actually scored. Just let it out, man. These guys, I don't understand what they're thinking. Are they thinking, after my career's over, I can go back to Newcastle and say, I used to play for Newcastle and the fans will love him? Well, why is he not celebrating after scoring a hat?
Yeah, but the thing is, man, like if you're thinking like Elanga, he would have been at Man U for like 6 odd years when he was like 15.
Yeah, okay.
From his perspective, he's like, you know what, man, they took me in when I was young. They gave me a chance. I'm not going to stick it in their face.
That's fair enough. And I agree with that. There is different circumstances depending on how long you've been. Chris Wood was there for a year, man. He did nothing. This Greek guy was there for 7 games at Arsenal and didn't celebrate.
The ones that bug me are like the Chris Wood one, where Newcastle didn't want him. Like it's not like it was not like an upgrade where he was.
If I was him, I'd be shoving it in their face, man. You sold me in Christmas. You didn't want me. You sold me to Forest. I'd be running up and down, man. I mean, he's probably knackered because he ran more than I've ever seen him run. So, but I just don't like it, man. I hate it.
So, Nick, just to clarify, if Alanga scores, and let's say he scores the winner, right?
Yeah.
You'll be good with him, literally, because this celebration at the moment is jumping.
I've got no real sentimental attachment to Langer, man. Like Mo says, yeah, he's been there a while as a youngster. He didn't really play that many games for us. He never really was like a top player or anything. So no, I would have no qualms with him doing whatever he wants to do, man. If he wants to whip his shirt off and get bugged, that's fine. Do what you got to do, mate.
Bro.
It's just annoyed me, man, that they do that. The one last night was just a joke for me, and the Wood one was just a joke as well, because he's never going to score.
Especially by the third one. He wanted to celebrate.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't get what they're thinking. Anyway, let's bring it back to the game.
Wait, let's look at this. Andy's got a little pattern here. Man, you lost every other game. WL, DL.
Look, we said it.
Oh, he's onto something.
Wait, what? I didn't understand that pattern. What is that pattern?
They've lost every other game. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Next to he's grimaced. He's grimaced.
Well, yeah, but that maybe I need to see the.
I'm gonna bring it back to this game. I'm gonna put my scoreline out there. I think Nuno's. It's still early, man, and you got to give him time. Blah blah blah. But I think they're on a bit of a high. They're at home. City Ground is quite a scary place to go, I'd say. I think it's going to be 2-2 because I need to factor in the negative Nottingham virus, which they seem to just be against them at the moment, and the positive
wait.
Manchester United. So it's just like those are going to equal out, and I'm going to go with 2-2. Because you got VAR who's against Forest and VAR who's with Man U. So
wait. You're sounding like Cooper now. Let's not get carried away. That was a bad decision last week, but let's not freaking turn into Cooper and say it's always the ref and VAR's fault. Because freaking Forest have had some decent decisions this year. Let's not forget about that, man. Let's not forget about Brentford. Let's not forget about Sheffield United.
Burnley.
Let's not forget about Wolves. Let's not forget about Maguire handballing the ball last year against.
Oh, here you talk about last year now. It's got to be about this year.
Lest we forget.
I can bring out the Spurs one. I can bring out the Brighton one. I can bring out the Arsenal game. I've got plenty of ammunition if you want to play the bar.
All I've got to say is Wolves. All I've got to say is Wolves.
So one thing is enough.
That's all you've got. All I got to say is Trashford already against Forest this season.
Which you said was a penalty.
Never a penalty in any other.
You said it was a penalty. You agreed it was a penalty.
Old Trafford. Old Trafford. It's a done brown envelope.
Anyway, let's forget about VAR for a minute. Let me give an argument for why we might win this game. Hoyland, he's opened at the floodgates. He's going to score. Garnacho, 2 goals against Villa. He's looking hot. Playing on the right side. Rashford back, played decent against Villa, better than he has all season. We might have some goals in us. We need to score the first goal, man. I feel like this is going to be the West Ham game. We dominated the game against West Ham, 65 minutes, played better football, created a couple of decent chances, didn't take them, and then they hit us on the counter. And a couple of mistakes, and then pulled 2-0. I think it's going to be a similar game to that. I don't think there's going to be many goals in this game. I feel like the first goal is going to be important. If we get an early goal, the crowd are going to go quiet, and I can see us winning comfortably like a 2-0 again, like last time. But I don't know. I'm putting us down for a win, obviously. I'm more confident we're going to win than lose. So I'm going to go 2-1 Man U.
Okay. Just before I tell you what's going to happen, it of course has arrived. Hey pricks, my tweeted screenshot of me being top with the words "it may never happen again" with a laughing emoji, no gloating. It's still wrong because it never happened in the first place, and you took a screenshot at half time. Yeah. You don't want to match until the final whistle goes, mate. That's the thing. And look. Here's what's going to happen, right? You are right. The fact that you said it was going to be like the West Ham game. Remind me what the scoreline was that?
Hey, we lost. That's why I used an example that we need to score. Take these chances, man. That it's
going to be like the West Ham game. Give me 2-0.
2-0. That's
a discussion. I'm telling you now, man. I know my boy Nuno. I've studied him. Man. Inside out. And he's going to get 2-0. It's going to be Morgan Gibbs-White, and Alanga will score the second one. And that's it. Game over. 2-0. Clip me. They even clipped me on DR Sports today. Flex was on there saying I said 2-0. and he didn't like it.
Look, to be fair, it could happen, man. We've lost to freaking Copenhagen, Galatasaray, freaking Crystal Palace, Boring Mouth. It's not going to be a shock result if you win, man. It might be your freaking World Cup final, and you'd probably take a victory over Man U than 3 other victories elsewhere. But it probably won't even put you top of match of the day, man. That's how in the mud we are. So we'll see. But I'm still confident. I'm confident this is the turning point. This is not a false dawn. Not a false dawn.
2-0 not a false dawn for Forest. Chat, what are your scores? Neighbor is saying 2-1. I don't see how you think they're gonna get a goal. Chris saying 10 shag out of ideas and brown envelopes. Forest easy 3-1. I would prefer a 2-0. Keep a clean sheet. Just be even funnier. Lee saying 3-1. Nikki in the house saying, I wonder what Cooper was thinking when we beat Newcastle. Probably thought, oh, is that what football's meant to look like? Harvey's my man right here, 4-0. Oh my God. Oh my, I haven't even comprehended the scenario, Nick, where we thrash you. Oh my God.
What? You think you're gonna get 4-0?
I'll be honest with you, I don't want 4-0. I'll be honest
Why?
with you. I don't want 4, I don't want 5.
And if you get a win, man, it's going to push you up to them Champions League spots.
I don't. I'm thinking bigger term. If we slap you 5-0, Ten Hag could go.
No, he can't. He literally is impossible, unsackable for the next 5 weeks till Ineos come in. So whatever happens, we lose 10-0, he won't get sacked.
9-0, he wouldn't get sacked there and then.
I think it literally can't happen, man, because they can't make a decision until Ineos come in.
Let's test that.
The other thing is, if you're winning 4 and 5-0 now, then it starts to look like Chris Wood is the long-term answer, but I don't think he is. In this,
He's not scoring tomorrow. Don't worry.
He's not scoring.
Nah, Morgan Gibbs-White and Alanga. That's who's maybe.
When's Awoni back then?
He's training. He's not running diagonally yet. He's training. Can you imagine if Murillo goes on one of those runs and actually completes it against Man U? Oh my God, man. There's so many dream scenarios potentially happening here. Michael's saying 1-0. Nah, Michael, no. James going 3-1. Nicky's just copying me because now he knows I'm always right. Horse saying 1-0 or 1-0. Wood late goal. Neighbor saying he needs Alanga to score. There we go.
Man, I'd love that.
7-2. Warren saying, I enjoyed your podcast interview with the legend Man U podcaster earlier. Keep it up, Wolfie. Glad you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen that, check it out after the stream. We sat down with Flex. There's also, if you want more Forest content, I did it on his channel as well. Different set of questions, etc. I had a few little digs at Man U, I'm not going to lie, but check that out on United View and show them some love. Flex is an absolute top bloke. Chris saying, always have to go with the scum, a VAR goal. You make a solid point. Brandon saying 3-0. Andy, come on, man. As much as I hate saying it'll be 2-1 United because they got not pace the Newcastle. Nah, Andy. Nah.
Not pace or more pace.
I think he said more pace. I think he means more pace. So.
More pace. Alanga will be creaming his pants to score, no doubt. 2-1 both Alanga. I'm fine with that. I can't see us winning. And you're still in your Cooper mindset, man. You got to come out on that. Who's the ref tomorrow? I did check it. It's not Rob Jones. That's what I'll say to you. I forgot who it was. Jan saying my two teams are Forest and IF Elfsborg from my hometown Brass. What the hell is the circle of an A? What does that do to it?
Borash,
man. Borash.
There are
It's Tim Robinson, by the way.
Huh?
Yeah.
I heard
the ref is Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson. Okay. I don't like him. He's on the Man U payroll. There are two people connected to both. First, Anthony Alanga started career in Elfsborg and now Forest. It's a sign.
That's true.
Okay. And I agree with that. Twist will be in tears, man. Can't wait for next week's Predictor League. Rob Jones was on the subs board in the West Ham versus Arsenal game. Yeah, I saw that idiot. I agree, Jay. I agree. Is that ref geezer from Manchester? He is. So I'm already worried about VAR. All right. Fulham, Arsenal. I'm saying it now, and I said it at the start of the year when we did our predicted top 20. Fulham are in a relegation battle. Prove me wrong.
No.
Why?
What are they on? 21 points, man. No, they're not, man, because they win the games they're meant to win at home and they pick up enough points that are going to keep them up, man. Yeah.
Were they meant to beat Burnley at home?
I'm not saying they win every single one, but I said they pick up enough points to keep them in the league, man. That's what they do. They got a good manager. They got some good players. They'll pick up enough points to survive. I don't know why you try and drag everyone down to this relegation fight, man. You literally brought Fulham, Brentford, Palace, Luton, Burnley, Sheffield United, Everton. You got everyone floating around in this relegation.
Was 9 in a relegation battle last year. What's the point? That's less than last season.
Yeah, this was meant to be the season where the 3 that came up went down, man. We all agreed on that at the start of the season. Now you're trying to drag everyone in.
All I agreed at the start of the season was Sheffield United would finish bottom.
Nah, look, I don't know. You can drag as many. Fulham are not going down, but they're probably not going to win this game either, man. Arsenal are due a little bounce back.
Jimenez is suspended.
That's probably a good thing for Fulham, to be honest.
Wait, is he still suspended from that freaking kung fu kick they did?
Oh yeah, with his buttocks.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, you got to be thinking Arsenal are going to bounce back, man. They weren't great last night, were they? West Ham took their chances, took the win, but bounce back to me here. Comfortable 2-0 Arsenal for me.
I was going to say that, man. What are you thinking?
Probably something similar. I can't see Arsenal losing 2 London derbies in a row, especially against Fulham. So,
what's their away record? They've lost 3 away from home, and I think most of them have been in London or something, haven't they? Their London derbies away. Their London derbies, they've drawn. They haven't won a London derby. They lost to West Ham. Brentford. They beat Brentford. Is there any other one? Palace. They beat Brentford and Palace in the London games. The rest they haven't won. Does that sway anyone?
No. Second, yeah.
I'm going 2-1. 2-1. I don't think we need to talk a lot about that. Oh, here we go.
yeah.
Against the informed team of the league. They can't win another one. I'm sorry, they can't. Can they?
Yeah, I don't think that makes a difference, that streak. I mean, I said it about Everton the other day as well, and we beat them. I don't think the streak makes a difference. Spurs are at home against Bournemouth, man. I cannot go with anything other than a Spurs win here. Look, I know back down about the injuries. We didn't play great last night in the first half, but that's been an anomaly, as I said earlier. I think at home it should be an easy victory for us, and we have to make it an easy victory because once we get to January, it's only going to get harder. Without Son to score our goals, I mean, we're only going to have Richarlison there. We're going to be losing our AFCON players as well. We just have to win our matches right now. We have to win them. So it's no option for me. It has to be a win. I'm going to go 2-1 or something. 2-1.
I don't know. I think Bournemouth have won 3 in a row away from home. 1, 2.
Come on, man. It can't go on forever.
4. They've won 4 in a row away from home. What the hell, man? They got some pure line here.
It's crazy. I don't think we've seen a run like that in the Predictor League with all those colours.
They're not even really conceding that many either, man. Kept decent amount of clean sheets.
They gotta lose, man. I'm sorry, they have to lose.
If I was you, I would never put my money on Spurs, but obviously I have to.
Are you going to be playing Emerson and Davies at centre back again?
That's the thing. That's the unluckiness, man. We have no centre backs. We have no central attacking midfielder.
Solanke's got a field day, man.
Central midfielders are all injured. It's just ridiculous. Even Oliver Skip's injured. I mean, come on. And then by the time everyone comes back, then we lose the AFCON and the Asian players. It's just like, come on, man. Give Ange a break.
Wait, hold on. Just 1 second. There's 150-ish of you in here and 34 likes. Come on, guys. Hit that like button. That's so lazy, man. That's Spurs-style laziness.
Dyer's fallen out the pecking order, Gordon. And I'm glad he has because I've never rated him.
Who?
Eric Diabolical.
Dyer.
Yeah,
I'm glad that Ange saw that from day one, and he was like, "Nah, mate, you're not in the squad." Ben Davies is much better. Even Emerson Royale's better.
Now Bolly's back. There's only a 1-match suspension. I don't know. I feel like
They actually upheld that suspension as well. Did they couldn't appeal it?
Yeah, double yellow. Yeah, full brown envelopes. Full brown
That's
envelope.
ridiculous, man.
The only thing I can confirm for this game, and everyone wants to put a bet on both teams to score. It feels like inevitable both teams are scoring in this game.
Spurs are the only team that have scored in every match, isn't it?
Something like that. I mean, you're up there with Brighton for entertainment value because Brighton obviously have their goals for and against. So they're both definitely scoring. Solanke will probably get one. It's just how many you score, man. You looked so leaky against Brighton last night. It was ridiculous.
But there were loads of worldies, man.
But their XG was like 4 point something, man, and they did score a worldie. So the XG means they could have had more. So
yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah, the centre back situation is not good.
Welbeck was through, and Welbeck had another chance. He's saved by the keepers. If you're as leaky as that against Bournemouth, they're going to probably take a few more of these chances. Solanke's hot form at the moment. So I'm leaning towards a draw. Huh?
He'll go cold. He's not going to last.
He got linked to Man U, man. Classic link to Man U at Christmas. But I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Seriously?
Seems fair.
I'm 3-1.
Wow.
2-1. 2-1.
Wow.
Okay, and then probably the tie of the weekend after Forest Man U. This is the old school 4-3 as Collymore settings, man. At Anfield on a Monday. These always end up on a Monday.
I don't know, man. I want Newcastle to win. I don't want Liverpool to win that league, man.
I can't see it. Newcastle not looking good, man. One win in 5.
Shattered, man. They're just dead on their feet, man. Playing that same 11. Yeah.
Double LW, double LW.
Eddie Howe will not get. He's in the Brentford.
No trouble.
Not getting any stick for being crap, man. They've basically done the same as Man U this season, and even worse in the league points wise. Yet no one's talking about Eddie Howe out. So I could do with them getting a win here, though, man. Like I said, do not want Liverpool winning this title. Anyone but Liverpool. And like you said, it's a battle of who's the least crappiest, man. And Liverpool looking like the least crappiest at the moment because Arsenal dropping points. Man City is the only real hope, I feel. So I'm going to go with... I don't know what you're doing in this one. I'm stuck on this one. It's either draw or a Liverpool win.
Liverpool win all day.
You think?
They're still not playing well, though.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not playing well. They're not playing well. No one's playing well, really, to be honest, except for like Villa, I guess.
Nuno. Boring enough, but
yeah, boring.
I think. Is anyone going to be ballsy and go 4-3, old school 4-3?
Can't see
like that. What was that game? What was it, like Albert or whatever that scored from a mile out?
No, it's Collymore, man. Albert was against Man U. 5-0.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think where Schmeichel or something like that fell over.
I don't know. I really don't want to go Liverpool. I really don't want to go Liverpool, man. But I could see a draw, but it's just like depends which Newcastle shows up. Altitude 100 meters. I've never seen that. That could be key.
How bad were they against Forest? Are we giving too much credit to freaking Nuno and Forest here? Were Newcastle just that bad?
They played part in being bad, yeah. They played too high up, man. They left so much space behind them.
But they don't usually do that. They're not tagged as being a massively high.
I'll tell you their big problem was that what's the left back called? Dan Burns.
Man. He got turned inside out by Wood, man. That's the most embarrassing point of his career, surely.
And also, Trippier looks crap now, man.
Trippier's gone so cold, man. That's what happened to him at Spurs. Like, he was either so good or he just makes so many mistakes. And that's the reason we let him go. So
I remember at Burnley against Forest in the Championship, and I was scouting him thinking, I wouldn't mind him back in the day. And then, yeah
he did always.
And there's crap at Atletico.
That's made me.
What did you say? He was crap at Atletico?
I think they'll play Livramento at left back.
It wasn't that bad at Atletico.
If Chris Wood can do that against Newcastle, then Salah versus Newcastle defense, then
That's the thing, man.
Yeah,
I mean, there's too many injuries at Newcastle as well. They keep going on about this, although it's fake news. It's not like Spurs' injuries, but yeah, I think with the injuries, I'm just going to have to get Liverpool, unfortunately. I don't want to.
Same.
I'm going to Liverpool as well. I'm going to go 3-1. Just a quick reminder, there will be a Gore stream tonight at 8 p.m. and at 6 p.m. Ez is back. Ez is back. Internet all fixed, laptop all fixed. He's got an FPL stream kicking off at 6. I think Crypto's with him. I'm not sure. So make sure you're subscribed to the FPL channel, ! in the chat, and then make sure you subscribe to that. And you will get all the inside tips. He's got some new gadget there for you guys tonight. And in the last game here, West Ham against Brighton. West Ham think they've won football, man, after beating Arsenal. And who did they beat the week before? Man U. Of course,
he's getting a new contract. David Moyes getting a new contract.
Yeah, shout out to Nicky, shout out to Lawless, shout out to Jace, man. Your boy's staying. Your boy is staying.
Yeah, but can you really argue it, man?
No.
I mean, they've looked decent, man. You can't argue that they've looked decent.
I don't understand West Ham fans, man. What more do they want? They're 6th in the league.
They're 6th place, man.
Their belt. They're still in Europe. They've got quality players that are world class, and they score good goals. Maybe they don't play attractive football for 90 minutes. What more do they want, man?
I don't know. Yeah,
football is atrocious.
I don't think it's atrocious.
They looked all right yesterday, man.
It's a certain style. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's not like they don't score goals or they only win these games 1-0. They've got Kudos that scores great goals. They've got what's his name? Paquete, who scores great goals.
Bowen. Benrahma is usually pretty good, at least as a sub.
When they're attacking, they're decent. Now, they might low block a bit, but come on, man. What more do you want at West Ham?
Okay, and I mentioned earlier that Gary O'Neill got 8 points more than at this stage last season. West Ham, how many do you think they've got more?
20.
Yeah, okay, you ruined my point now, but 18.
I know
18 points more than last season, man. And you're getting a new contract for that. That's just guaranteed.
Yeah.
But he's got such a wrinkly face, man. It's like a rhino's ass, man.
Would you take David Moyes at Forest and Forest at 6th place?
No.
Or Nuno in your 16th?
Nuno.
And you didn't even let him ask the question before you said no.
I would not take Moyes, man. I would not take him ever. He's just an older version of Cooper.
Wait. Would you swap positions right now? So the names would just change. So West Ham will become Forest and Forest will become West Ham.
No. Why would I do that?
So you'd have Moyes in charge and be 6th.
No.
What? You wouldn't take that?
All right. Would you take that? It would put you up to 6th.
Yeah, but we're on the same point. We got 1 more point. It's not exactly the same.
You're up a place.
Yeah, 1 place compared to what?
Yeah, that's from Conference League to Europa League, man. That's your dream this year.
You got a lot of faith in Nuno there, mate.
I have full faith in Nuno.
What's this result going to be, man? I mean, they'll probably go and lose now with bigged up West Ham so much.
Brighton were very good yesterday, but they're always hot and cold, man. They're always hot and cold, and they decided against Spurs to be hot and score worldies and stupid penalties and all that crap.
Yeah, but Brighton are West Ham's bogey team. West Ham beat them this season. It's the first time they've ever beat them in the Premier League away from home.
Yeah, so, I could see this being their sort of. I mean, you just beat Man U and Arsenal. You can't be on a high for that long. This is the come down period here. Might go down to I think a draw maybe for me.
Yeah, they'll probably lose like 4-0 here, and they'll be Moyes out by the end of the 90 minutes. So that's how I think West Ham. I'm going to give Brighton a win, man.
Oof.
Brighton the win.
Yeah,
I am as well, because I just want. Nicky was showing some pure chest today on DR Sport, man. It's time they got slapped down. Jace has been sending me videos of him celebrating as if they've won the Euro Trash Cup final all over again. So I just want them to lose. Okay, so coming up at 6, we've got the FPL stream over on FPL World. Make sure you're subscribed there. And then back here at 8 o'clock, we got a Grumpy Old Reds preview for the big one. Forest versus the Scum. Manchester United. So we'll see you in 50 minutes over on FPL, and then at 8 o'clock. Come on, you Reds.